Hi, my name is Bri, and I'm trying a new thing. That new thing is my YouTube channel. So, welcome to my channel. It feels so weird saying that. Not weird, but it's different. Never tried this before. Trying it now after years and years of contemplating and looking at other people's channels, watching and liking and subscribing. I'm like, I do like to vlog all the time. I vlog on TikTok and Instagram, but that's usually short form content. So I'm like, why not try long form and just see where it takes me. I really just wanted to start this channel to film my journey, which was really inspired kind of by what I went through last year in 2025. So 2026, I'm like, I want to do something new and I want to track it. And you know, I'm not really consistent with journals, but I am consistent with videos, so I will track it by vlogging this year. Yes, God be with me. But this has been something I've wanted to do for years, kind of since, I want to say 2023, 2022, but I never really got around to it. I kind of just dilly-dallied and procrastinated. I would write plans, but I would never follow through for it. And finally, like, the idea came back up again last year, and it was like a very strong urge, like a nagging thought that kept coming to my head, like to start a YouTube channel, which I was like, I don't know why, but I'm going to do this and see, and just take a leap of faith and see where it takes me. The reason I haven't really started a YouTube channel is because I have like these fears and anxieties. One of the fears was just being seen, like, and being noticed. I didn't want my face plastered all over social media like that. Like, I wanted to like keep a sense of privacy, and just also anxiety over my voice too. I never really liked my voice. I've always been insecure about it, and I've always felt like people low-key were making fun of my voice for some reason. That's just like what my brain was telling me, like, oh, people hate your voice, they don't like your voice is weird, you sound weird, why did you pronounce stuff like that? All types of stuff that would like play in my head after having conversations with people, which is why I kind of was always quiet, because I didn't like the way my voice sounded. And it's also why I kind of avoided video recordings of myself. Like, I would record b-roll, places, things, food, other people, but me talking to a camera like it's FaceTime, no, wasn't a fan of that at all. And also just my space. I had like big fears and anxieties over that too, because I always felt like I had to be in an aesthetically pleasing place, or I had to be in like a studio or somewhere to film. Right now I'm doing this in the basement of my parents' home, this first video. Why I really wanted to like start this journey, I wanted to film this journey actually, was really inspired by last year, 2024, really, like the end of 2024 going into 2025. It was rough. It was really rough. 2024, 2025. I went through a lot of loss and changes and grief, and the whole time that I was in it, I was a miserable mess, and all I'm thinking is, I can't wait to get out of this and be happy again, and just have joy in my life and have peace and abundance. But during that time, I just kind of stayed isolated and to myself. Didn't really share things with people, didn't really come out the house that much. And I while going through that period, this nagging thought to start a YouTube channel like came to mind, and it was just like, start a YouTube channel and share your journey. And I'm like, I don't want to share this ugly part of my journey. I would rather share it when I'm outside of this journey, or when I'm in the midst of getting outside this journey. But in the midst of the ugliness right now, where like I couldn't even like look in the camera or talk without crying, no. And I also didn't want to cry on camera too. Like, that was something I just did not want to do. So I avoided it all of last year, but the thought never went away. Like, I kept thinking I need to film this video. but I have this insecurity. I have this anxiety. I'm not really good at video editing. I'm a photographer. How do you video edit? And video editing costs a lot of money. Like, all these things kept coming up in my brain. I'm like, I've done it before. I found a free option. Let me just try it and see how it works. So here I am today, February 16th of 2026, filming my first ever YouTube channel video. Yes, look at me stepping out of my comfort zone. And I guess for this, I don't know if it's going to be a series or if it's just going to be just something that is just a part of the channel. I don't know yet, but I just want to film my journey of becoming Bri. That is the woman that I've always wanted to, that's like the woman I've visualized in my head for like as long as I can remember. Probably when I was like a really young child. Like this woman that had it all together. She was organized. She had her money together. She was healthy. She was fit, all of that stuff. And those were the thoughts that were also in my mind last year when I was going through what I was going through. And I'm like, I just want to become Bri. The Bri that I've always imagined myself to be, the one that I've always had dreams of and envisioned, the one that I knew could be achieved. So for 2026, my goal is just to become the woman I was always meant to be. And going forward too, like it's not going to stop when 2026 ends. It's going to keep progressing, and I'm going to keep learning and changing and growing, all that stuff. But for right now, my goals for 2026 are faith, of course. 2025, even though it was a hard year, it was also the year where I got closer to God. And there is like a kind of backstory to that. Pretty much I got fired from my job in December of 2024, and I spent 10 months unemployed. And during that time, I did my best to seek the Lord. There were moments where, I'm going to be honest, where I was up there with the praise and worship and the reading your Bible and the praying and all that stuff. And there are moments where I was down, where I'm like, I can't even get out of bed. I can't even play a worship song right now. I'm filled with so much anxiety. I can't even read a verse in my Bible. So it was really, I will admit, like, it was kind of inconsistent, but I will say I did get to learn more about the character of God during that time. So faith is one of the big things that is on my list, to like really grow my faith and really strengthen it in the Lord, and to also just continue to seek Him and grow closer in intimacy with Him. And also just learn what my purpose is in this life, because I feel like that's me seeking God is what's going to unlock my purpose. Because right now I'm just kind of going through like this in-between phase of maybe I know, maybe I don't know. And I'm trying things out and finding out if they fail or if they succeed, what it is to be in the will of God, what it is to be obedient to God, all this stuff. It's just, I'm still learning what the voice of God is. So I'm like, I really want to strengthen my faith and my relationship with Him for this year and for the rest of my life. The second thing, health, of course. 2021, I had like this terrible health. I don't even know what to describe it as. It was like a health issue, kind of health, not a scare, but like it couldn't be explained. Like all I know is that I was going through something that was making me incredibly sick, and no one could figure it out. And I am still recovering from that. So my goal is just to be healthier this year. And one of those goals, like one of the many goals within that goal, is to like cut back on sugar. I love me a sweet treat, but I'm gonna have to cut back on it. I'm gonna have to cut back on the cookies, the ice cream, all of that stuff. And I had just come off a 21-day fast, so I didn't have sugar during that fast. And now I'm like, I've been eating not candy. Well, yeah, for Valentine's Day I kind of did, and some donuts too. And like trying it again, I was like, this is all too sweet. Like this is too much to handle. So I'm like, oh, maybe I can like actually commit to less sugar in my life versus just no sugar, because I tried to do the no sugar thing completely, and by I want to say I tried to do it for a month, and by that time I had like just been like, nah, I can't. I had withdrawals. It was bad. But maybe I can just commit to no less sugar instead and see where that takes me. Or like sugar alternatives, like instead of doing the processed and additive sugar, maybe I can do honey or agave syrup, maybe like coconut sugar or something, and that can like help me with my sugar cravings. I've also been drinking a lot of lemon water, and that has been helping me with my juice cravings because I love me some juice. I do. I love me some juice. But I don't know about the alcohol. I haven't really had any alcohol since New Year's. And I know that's also like a lot of sugar too. So that's, well, I mean, I can definitely cut out going out. Like for birthday dinners and such, I can probably just drink water instead of alcohol. And I guess the only thing would really be holidays. Like when holidays come up, how much you gonna drink and what are you gonna drink, or are you just gonna choose water? We'll see. But yeah, health, definitely just taking care of myself, also losing weight as well. Like I have a goal of reaching 135 pounds for this year. I wanted to do it by April, but that has not been working out so well. So I've just been aiming for at least June, maybe July. I don't really want to put like a date on it and then get upset, because like for me, my brain, like if I put a date on something and then I don't make it to that date, my brain will just go into like this abyss, this deep dark abyss, and be like, we failed, we can't do this, we can't even try again. And I don't want to, that's why I'm trying to avoid putting a date on this. But yeah, I would like to go down to 35 pounds by the end of this year, God willing. Yeah, health, not just physical health, but also mental health too, and emotional health. Um, it would be great if I could get a therapist this year, but if there's another way for me to just work through things mentally and learn how to really renew my mind, I feel like right now I've just been dependent on the Lord and dependent on His Word to renew my mind. So that's been helping with the psychological factor, but it's still hard to like break those strongholds, those mental strongholds, and those like words that I've been so used to saying, like when something bad happens, immediately going to like the worst thing ever instead of going to what's the best that could happen. Like learning how to reprogram my mind, it has been really difficult. But I know there's a Bible verse that talks about like how to really reprogram your mind. I think it's in Philippians. I have to double check and see, but that I know people have said like has really helped with the whole renewing your mind, like really focusing on the things that are above and the things that are good, things that are pure, things that are holy, just to really not dwell in the dark places and to also not really beat yourself up too. So learning how to reprogram my mind is also a part of like my health thing, also part of like my health goal. What else? And lastly, wealth. Your girl is in debt. Okay, and that's kind of also another reason why I wanted to create this YouTube channel, was to like film myself becoming debt free as well. It has been a goal of mine. I said, listen, when I was in my early 20s, I said I would become debt free by 30. 30 is around the corner, and I am not even close to being debt free. I've actually accumulated more debt since then. But this year, last year, I decided to start taking my finances seriously. So while I was in that unemployment phase of my life, I did like a lot of research, read a lot, did a lot of planning and everything from when I would finally get a job, which I did get a job this year, thank God. And I finally now can put that plan into place and figure out how to actually pay down my debts. I don't have the exact number yet because I've kind of been avoiding adding it up, to be honest, but that will be in the next video, or a new video later on, where I talk about my debt and like my goals to pay, my plan to pay it all off. But I think the number is around 50,000. No, the number is actually close to 60,000. $60,000 in debt, and most of it is consumer credit card debt. No, most of it is student loan debt. The rest is also consumer credit card debt, and some other stuff too. And I've just been tired of having that on my plate, on my mind, in my name. Like, I don't want to have to owe people, especially credit card companies, anything. So I made it a goal of mine to pay it off. I don't have any years planned, like for what year I'm actually going to pay it off by. I'm just going to be consistent and show up with that, because what I've learned lately about myself personally, setting goals by time, it just doesn't, like, certain goals, I can't put a timeline on it. I can't put a time frame on it. I can't put a deadline on it, because things happen. So I just have to be consistent with that goal and show up and do what I can to really get to that goal. Right now it is February 16th, 2026. So this is what, the second month of the first quarter of the year. And one thing I've learned for me personally is that I work really well when I set things in quarters versus just a full year. So I like to really just set plans for the 12 weeks for each quarter. So quarter one right now, it was to actually film this YouTube channel video. I'm hoping that with this, I'm also gonna be able to obtain some accountability, because I feel like if people are actually watching me, I will be able to actually achieve this goal and be more concerned with, oh my gosh, I put this out there, I actually need to like follow through with this, versus if it's just me, myself, and I that only knows about this goal, and I just write it in a journal or write it on a piece of paper. There isn't any real accountability. I mean, of course I can tell people in my life, but if people aren't going to remember it, then there really isn't any accountability. And I could like set alarms too, and I've also deleted alarms as well and reminders. So that's why I'm putting it out there, because the internet is forever. So if it's out there, I want people to be like, hey, she had a goal in January. I mean, she had a goal in the beginning of the year. So let's see how far she's gone with her progress and such. But yeah, quarter one, I finally did it. I finally did the YouTube video, and I have been paying down my debt as well. I've also accumulated some more debt, but that is because of a little issue I had. I will say my health has gotten better since I started this journey of not having so much processed sugar in my life. And my desire for sweet treats has also gone down too. Like, now I crave more salty stuff. So I'm trying to find the balance. Yeah, quarter one health has been great. Faith, it has its low points, I will say. Right now, I've just been in a space where all I can do, I'm gonna be completely honest, like all I can do right now is really just listen to worship music and go to church. It is actually really hard for me right now to open up my Bible, and it's even harder for me to pray. I do pray, but like it's not like a deep prayer where you're like, you know, you in it. It's more like, God, thank you for today. Thank you for, it's more like a basic generic prayer type of situation. So faith has really taken like a rocky slope, but I know God is faithful, and I just have to really learn to be vulnerable, but I also have to make time for him as well. It has not been easy making time for him. Like, I will say I'm gonna wake up at a certain time, and then I don't wake up at a certain time, or I go to bed late, or I hit snooze on my alarm. So different things, just being able to follow through with that has been really hard, but I'm going to try again. as the Bible says, his mercies are new every morning. So tomorrow morning is a new start to try again and really seek him out and just be honest and vulnerable with where I am. What else? Faith, health, wealth. Yeah, that's really it. But that's just my that's just really where I am right now. In February, to be honest, a lot has happened, a lot has changed, and I'm excited for the rest of this year. I feel like this year is gonna be very promising and exciting and interesting. I've actually named it the year of restoration for myself. That's just something I do every birthday. I name my year. So September, I turned 29, and I said 29 is going to be the year of restoration because everything went crumbling down for year 28. So year 29, everything's going to get built back up. And so far, that has been the promise. I've seen the fruition of it so far. So yeah, year 29 is going to be my year of restoration. And it's also going to be the initialization, the beginning, the genesis of becoming Bri. My name is Bri, and that's all for now. See ya next time. Bye!